I have made this script that allows to calculate the closest location to a certain direction. So you need to have this spreadsheet where you have the location name. These are the names of the locations that you have, and this is the address. And you will need the latitude and longitude, but don't worry, if you don't have them, the script will calculate it. So here, in this part here, you have to put the ID of the spreadsheet that you have. In this case, I put this, but you have to put the ID of your particular page. Then the name of the sheet. In this case, I left the default that is sheet 1, but you can change this here, and also if that's the case, you will change that here. And then I say, okay, the locations get all the data from that, from the whole range of data. So it will get all the information from all these rows and columns, those cells. And then I'm using a get method. That means that we can send the address as a URL parameter. In this case, it's called address. And then I will get the latitude and longitude of the address, because that address will be, like in this example, 700 Boylston Street, Boston, Massachusetts. And the result will will calculate the closest location to that latitude and longitude. So if you look at the geocode first, this method that I have here, here, to calculate the latitude and longitude, uses the new geocoder service from Google, and it does this calculation here. It's very simple. Then the closest location takes the latitude and longitude, and basically I put a big distance initially. This is in meters, and I iterate through all the locations. The locations are all the data, as you see, all the data from the spreadsheet. And I iterate from the second row, because the first one are the labels, so I don't want to iterate from that. And then I say, okay, the location, this is the name of the location, is locations. No, this is the row, location is the locations I. This is the row I. And the address is the indexes here are 0, 1, so it's the index 1 of that row. So this is the first row with I have data, and the address for this one is this cell here that is in the index 0, 1. That's why this is in the location, is in the index 1, and then the latitude is in the index 2 and the longitude in the index 3, that are this one and this one. So if there is no latitude, like in this case that we don't have any values for latitude and longitude, so we say, okay, we need to geocode that. So we send that particular address that we got in the previous step here, and we set that to a geocode, the same geocode function that we use to get the latitude and longitude from the address where you have to start. And we want to save those on the spreadsheet, so we don't want to calculate this all the time. So the first time probably you don't have this, but now you will run a method called, a function called save latitude and longitude, and you submit the row and the latitude and longitude that you calculate for this. And this basically say, okay, sheet get range I+1, because here the indexes are not starting in 0 but in 1. So the range for this one is the row I plus 1. So if it's the row it was 0, whatever is the next one, because this doesn't start in 0 but in 1 in this particular case. And for the latitude is in the column 3. Again, this starts at 1, so 1, 2, 3 I know it's confusing because certain things start with an index at 0 and some others at index at 1, but that's the case here. And for the longitude is the same, but the index is 4. So that's the whole thing. So now I save this, and I need to deploy this, so I will do deploy, new deployment. I select type of the type, I say web app, and here you have to select any one because you want to use this from a bot, chatbot in Manychat. Otherwise, it will ask them to log in to their account in Google before it can be used. So this is good. And then you say deploy. At this point, it will ask to authorize your account. It didn't ask me. Okay. So this is the URL that you need. I copy that. Interesting. It didn't ask me that. So now let's open a new thing, and I create this, and at the end I will put, since do it again, I probably did run it, that's not what I wanted. I want now to put here question mark. The name of the variable, we know that is address. So let me put address equal, and here I pass the address that I want. Let's use this one that I had in the example, 7 Bolston Street. But you can pass any address. In this case, I pass that, and then I basically execute this. So it's very quick. The distance is 438 meters. The location name is location 3, and the closest address is where that location 3 is, 443 Boylston Street, Boston. So location 3, 44 Boylston Street, Boston. And as you see, it's only 448 meters. I'm calculating meters. You can convert that to miles if you want, or something. And that's it. I hope this is helpful. Okay, I will put the copy of this file and this other one, and as you see now, the latitude and longitude are here. So next time you calculate this, it's even faster because it doesn't have to calculate that again. So let's do another example. Let's see. Let's look for something interesting in Boston. Children Museum. So here is the address. So let's use this time this address. I will, okay, I have to do two things. I have to copy manage deployments. I have to copy this thing again. Again, address. Now I copy this address here. And the closest location is 48A Northern Avenue, Boston. It's very close. It's only around 3 blocks. So this is location 5. So location 5, this is only like 3 blocks from the Children's Museum. That's it. Okay, enjoy.